Understanding these key aspects, you will be better equipped to manage your listings effectively, reduce the chances of rejection, and ultimately enhance your selling experience on our platform. So we'll begin with how to create a new product on Jumia Vendor Center. So I'll show you from the platform. So we have, when you log in onto your Jumia Vendor Center, it will automatically register your shop name. So you won't have to maybe choose a shop or change anything on the shop section. So just a minute. So when you see down here, when you log in, it will automatically register your shop name and your email address down there. So to begin, to create a new product, you'll come to, you see the drop down products, click on the drop down, add a product, then you scroll down, you come to add products. Then we begin with the product image. So I'll just, we can do an example for, let's say, men's or women's clothing, since different vendors sell different category of products. So for today's example, I'll show you fashion item, how to create a fashion item. Let's say shoes or a t-shirt or something like that. So you'll come to upload the image. Wherever you have saved your images on a folder, on a particular folder on your computer, you locate where it is. So I'll just save this to use as an example. So we'll go back to Vendor Center. The first thing is upload your image, and the images needs to be between 500 by 500 pixels to 2000 by 2000 pixels, and also should be on a white background, which is very much recommended, without any watermarks. So click on the addition sign, locate where you have saved your images, click on it. There it is. Then when you come to the naming, you must indicate the color on the title. It should look something like this. Change that to men, slim fit, knitted short. So you just mention the type of how the product looks like. This one we have men's slim fit, knitted short, which is color gray. Then you come to the category side. Choose the appropriate category according to the product that you are creating. So for men's shorts, it falls under fashion. Then locate men's fashion. Then you come to clothing. Then you come to shorts, and make sure you reach the last category tree. So pleated, flat front, you can choose either. Then after choosing the category, it will populate the other fields. So for brand, for fashion products, if the product has an actual brand, kindly use the brand name as the brand for that product. In case it doesn't have a brand, for fashion products, use fashion. And all the brands already exist on our system. So in case you type in your brand and you don't find it, we have a brand request form. I'll show you later on. So fashion, then the color of the short is gray. We insist that you always indicate the color of the product on the title. Don't leave it like this, it will be rejected. So always mention the color. Then we have the color family. So as you have noticed, we have asterisks for these some fields. This means it's mandatory, so you must fill them in. Otherwise, they'll give you an error. So for the weight, we just estimate how heavy the product is. Then now on the product description, this is what appears on the website. So you describe your product, the short, you mention the material, the occasions where it can be worn, and all the information that you have for that particular product. For example, we can choose, we can use this for the factor. Just copy this for our example. Then we also have this tool called CK Editor. Let me share it on the chat. We use it to first edit the descriptions there. Then we copy whatever is here now onto vendor center. So let me share this here. Or editing. So you just first copy or type in your description here. Then afterwards, you come and copy whatever is there, whatever information is there onto VC. This will help in arranging the description well. At times you find when you copy direct, maybe the wordings are all over. Sometimes the wordings are all over. So this will assist you in arranging the description well. Then you can bold the keywords, the factors, sustainable product, something like that. Then on the highlights parts, they must be in bullets and a minimum of 4 bullet points for a better content score. So we'll come to our example, something like this. The editor, so it's for men. You can add more features if you have occasion. It can be worn outdoor activity since it's a short, maybe to a party or a beach. You just add whatever information you have onto the highlights part. Then you copy it again and go to VC, paste it there. Then now we have this section for variants. These are the sizes for the particular short. If it was shoes, this mostly is applicable to fashion products. For electronics, they have to be created separately. We don't have sizes for electronics, but it's applicable only for fashion products. So depending on the sizes that you have, indicate them here. And also we insist on being specific. If you have European sizing, Chinese sizing, US sizing, kindly indicate that. Kindly use that. So we have, with this example, we have like here, European extra small, small, European large, something like that. So we have small. Then the seller SKU is the code, is the unique code for that particular product. So you can use numbers or even you can use, let's say, even the name of the product, an SKU that will be easier for you to identify with that particular product. So I say gray, and the SKUs must be unique for all the products. Then GTIN for this case does not apply here. The quantity is the stock you have for that particular product. Let's say you have 20 pieces of the small size. Then the price kindly indicate the pricing, favorable price, that when it will be the commission will be applied onto it. So put let's say a good price there. Let's say it goes for 2,000. Then if you have a promotion or a discounted price, also indicate it here, and you must indicate the date. If it's starting today, then click on the tick. Then the end date, maybe it runs for a week, click on the tick. But in case you don't have a discounted price, or you can just remove all that and maintain the actual price. Then now, adding variation, since we are selling maybe shorts, you have other sizes for that particular short. Click here, add variation. Let's say we have European medium. Select that. Then we mention that the SKU should be different. You see, when you copy these, it's the same as this. So to differentiate, I'll add the size, small underscore medium, for them to be unique for the gray short. Then we say you have 10 pieces, goes for again 2000. So you'll be adding more sizes down here, add variation until you exhaust all the sizes that you have. Then now when you come down here, we have the product specification. The material, kindly indicate the material of the product. If it's cotton, polyester, indicate that there. You can leave these, since it's now really not a mandatory field, you can leave this blank. But also we have these required to increase your listings. If you have information on this, you can add as well. But if you don't have, you can just leave it blank. Then you have model. Model is applicable only to electronics. So you leave it blank. Production country, size, this is length, width, and height. You can just put a dash since it's a fashion product. Then the gender, we have, this is male. The season can be any, all seasons. Then the care label is the instructions that you give customers on how to handle that particular product. You can leave it blank or you can fill it in. We have the manufacturers. From the manufacturer's information, you can also leave that blank. Then what's in the box, you must fill it in. So you can just click on that, go up. You can copy the product name, or you can just say one pair of shorts. Then the color must be there, gray. Then product warranty is applicable to electronics again. This will leave it blank, and also this part. So when you're done with the creation, you'll click on the submit button. And also, you may have this short in other colors, let's say blue, green, orange. Just click on submit. Okay, for this case, I won't be able to submit because it's on another person's shop. So we'll click on submit. Once you click on submit, to view the products that you have created, you'll come here, manage products. Then the gray short that we had created, we have this tab on the farthest right, written more actions. We have that option for copy. So the gray short that you had created earlier, you can come and duplicate and use another color. Maybe it's color orange. Then again, you do the same for another color blue. Yeah, so that's how creation is done on VC. So I've mentioned all these. Please ensure that the highlighted part is also filled to increase your content score. The ones that were written required to increase your listings. I've mentioned that. Then to view your products, you'll go to manage products on VC. On the grid view, list of your products, click on the green or red icon to open the status banner. Then click on QC status to check your if it was it passed QC or it was rejected. So that information is here. Let me go back to VC. We have these icons. So when you click on it, you'll see the QC status, then visibility status. QC status, this means the product was rejected. Then we have visibility and successful. I'll come back to this, how to view this rejected product. So let's continue. So this is what it will look like, what I've just shown. Then the next topic is making changes to existing products. So on VC, and the changes that we allow is only for the stock, the pricing, and maybe you want to add more information on the product description and highlights. Those are the changes that are allowed. But for the ones that are not allowed, we don't encourage you to change the image, changing the images, or let's say the product name, or if it were, let's say, a perfume or a product that has capacity, you are not allowed to change maybe from 500 ml to 250. We encourage you to, that one will be needed to create a new product, because those are two different products. 500 ml and 250 are two different products. So you'll have to create for maybe you wanted the 250 ml, you have to create a new product for that. So then we continue. So if you want to make changes, you click on the edit button, then go straight to the fields to update price, stock, or the product description. Let me show you. We have the middle tab. Click on edit product. It's taking time to load. So go straight to the section that you want to update. Maybe it's the description, you want to add more details, or on the highlights part, that's allowed. Then if it's stock or pricing you need to change, you can do that. Then after editing the product, click on the submit button. Then it will go to the QC queue. Then next we have how to create a new brand, or how to request for brand creation. So when creating a product, you can select your brand from our existing list of brands from VC. When creating the product directly on VC, start typing your brand in the brand field and select your brand from the drop-down list. So if your brand does not exist yet in our catalog, you can request to add it by submitting a request claim. The brand creation request form looks like this. Okay, we have the claim form, and also we have an alternative for the request form, which is direct. It will come directly to us, this one. So you come down here, select your country, the brand name, for example, let's say Calvin Klein. Just write it the way it is. Then brand URL, brand image URL. Please click on this. Just click on it. It will open. Then you choose where let's say you saved your product with the exact brand name on it. So for example, you have the Calvin Klein. Just click on that image. Then this is how it will look like. The brand should always be on the product. We don't encourage stickers. Those are not, that's not the actual brand name. It should be engraved on the product itself, the product and the packaging. We consider that as the brand name for that particular product. So we'll upload again. So we'll pick the URL. Here on the form, it asks for URL. So the image will be here. Then choose the direct link. You copy it here. Then you choose the category, that's a perfume. Enter your shop name and your vendor email. Then you submit. Then we will receive the request from our end. It usually takes typically, a standard request should be processed within 2 working days. Then it reflects on the product creation menu of our platform within 24 hours after creation. So that's how you can request for a brand, for your brand to be created. So Calvin Klein, for the example that we have used, is the brand of the perfume, which is clearly embossed on the product. So that's the brand name. So next we have okay, this continuation of the brand. When trying to add a product, you may be notified that only authorized vendors can sell products for the selected brand. So you'll see we have restriction on particular brand names. So to seek approval to sell the products of this brand, you can raise a request on vendor claim form and make sure to attach at least one of the following documents: letter of authorization from the brand owner to distribute their products, the brand license, sale and distribution contract. Then we have the certificate of authenticity. This is a document that certifies the origin of a product. Then also you can submit an invoice from the brand owner or an authorized supplier. So our commercial team will review the request and the decision will be executed by our legal team. Typically, it takes 2 working days. Then now to our next topic, we have the top content rejection reasons. So the first one, we have missing product image, or the images have watermarks or not a white background. The images are important to sell products on Jumia. They make it easier for customers to evaluate and learn about your product. Sorry, we have the do's. What is encouraged is to accurately represent the product as a realistic, professional, quality image and not a placeholder. Have a pure white background. This allows us to create a consistent shopping experience for customers across search and product detail pages. Show the product as 80% of the image. Show the entire product within the frame of the image, not cutting of any part. Let me show you an example, like the one for the factory. See, at least the shop, the products are clearly seen. They have no distraction. You can clearly identify with the product. This is a black shot. You can have the front shot. The whole the front shot, the back shot, and also a closer shot of the product. So at least it's clearly seen. It's not doesn't have distractions on the product. Another example, we have this. It clearly shows the shoes. So we encourage either a white background or any gray background without any distraction, just only showing the actual product. Then we have the don'ts. Do not have text, logos, borders, color blocks, or watermarks on the background of the product. Do not show accessories that aren't included with purchase or any addition that might confuse the customers. Do not include multiple product views in a single image. Then the next top rejection reason, you have the product category. You need to choose the detailed category that represents the product type. If the categorization is not detailed enough, the creation will be rejected. So for example, we have a blender. You should choose home and office, kitchen and dining, kitchen and cooking, small appliances, then blenders, sorry. Then blenders. This is the last category, last level of the category tree. So for example, the following categorization will be rejected as not detailed enough when you leave it at home and office, home and kitchen. You see, that's halfway, so we don't know, it hasn't reached the last level of the category. This is halfway. This will be one of the rejection reasons. So make sure you reach the last category. Then you can also always search for your product on the Jumia site or VC directly to find the correct category. Then we have wrong color or sizing. We encourage you to add your size chart and exact measurement instructions of the product image to facilitate size picking for customers. Usually a second image always use variations to create size variations of a product. Add the attribute value related to each variation. For example, small, medium, large. The sizes must be specific. You should indicate European, let's say small, UK small. Kindly use these metrics, European, UK, to be specific. Then the new Jumia systems only support single variation. The product should vary by only one criteria, size variation only. Then for the colors, you need to create each SKU and submit a claim so that the content team can group them together. You need to ensure that the colors listed match exactly with those shown in the photo and will be delivered to the customer. So always ensure that the product color is indicated, like we had mentioned earlier when I was showing you how to create a product on Vendor Center. Color must be indicated. Then what we meant by this part for grouping, sorry, you'll see we have the gray shot, we have a black one, maybe you have a blue one. So you'll create them separately. Then our team will group them, the products that are similar but with different coloring. Let me show you from the website. Something like this. You have created this as a separate SKU. The black one is also separate. Then they will be grouped by our team so that when a customer maybe doesn't want a black one, they want a gray one, they'll just click on the gray one, the other option, and it will come here. Then they can make their purchase, choose the size and make their purchase. And also the sizing, we have the size guide, which will help them to choose the appropriate size. Then we continue. Okay, just a minute. Then next, how to check the rejection reason for your project, for your products. So click on rejected tab, then it will give you a list of all the products that were rejected. Vendor will have to open each SKU to see the reason why the product was rejected, then update it accordingly for it to go back to QC for further reviews. So to see your products, to check the products that have been rejected, we have these tabs up here. Click on rejected. Then when you have clicked on rejected, we have this QC rejection reason. Click on the drop down, then it will give you the reason why the product was rejected. For these, the vendor did not upload the images. So they have been told, kindly follow our product image upload guidelines, comment missing images. So what the vendor should do, will just come to edit to correct whatever rejection reason was put there. Maybe it was the color was missing, just come up here, indicate the color. Here we have the image was missing. The vendor will delete this, upload the correct image. Then after uploading the correct image, they come to submit button. Then it will go back to the QCQ and they will review the product. Then we have next we have now the counterfeit and prohibited products. So the counterfeit policy, vendors and suppliers are responsible for ensuring all products are genuine. This means any product using imitation or purposely mimicking a brand name, a logo, or a trademark pattern, even with slight variations without the brand owner's consent, is infringing on our counterfeit policy. So if a product is spotted on your shop, it can lead to penalty of penalty according to the country, as well as delisting your shop. So we encourage you not to sell counterfeit products. Then we have, let's say, we have then products sold on Jumia must be authentic. Selling fake products is strictly prohibited. Violating this policy can cause losing selling privileges, account suspension or termination, funds being withheld, and inventory being destroyed at your expense. So the consequences, we have deletion of product listing, suspension of product creation privileges, returning inventory, uh, terminating the business relationship, and all that. All that. So we encourage you not to list such products on the Jumia website. So we have also prohibited product policy. Uh, As a vendor on Jumia, you must follow at least the laws, local laws, and any regulatory policies related to the sale of illegal or unsafe products. If let me, if a prohibited item is spotted on a seller's shop, the seller will receive a written warning. A second spot of a prohibited item will lead to the vendor's shop being delisted. To release the shop, the vendor must share a written agreement stating that will not list any prohibited items. So we have a list of prohibited products. We have a list. We have a list of prohibited products, which have these are something like prescription medicines, medical devices, narcotics, used products, even the creams, the slimming tea, capsules, um, and all that. Those are prohibited products. Just open one. All these medication, prescription drugs, open for supplements, enhancing capsules or slimming teas, lotions and ointments. We have tobacco, cigarettes. We have military uniforms, the jackets. We have police shields, the electric torches. All those are not allowed. Even whitening creams, paper sprays. All of these are not allowed for sale on the Jumia website. So, next finally we have the GTIN barcodes. The GTIN barcodes is a global trade item number. It is a unique identifier for a product recognized internationally. It is printed as numbers and bars on the product packaging. The list of brands and categories for which GTN barcode field is mandatory can be found here. Each GTN barcode is unique for a product. Therefore, you can create more than one product with the same GTN barcode. Like, for example, the iPhone will share the same barcode with, since it's an iPhone 12, and iPhone 12, it will share, they're the same product. So how to add a barcode? I'll show you how to add a barcode, how to update a barcode. So just come here. So we'll go to VC. Let's say you are creating a product, just add a product, fill all these necessary fields, just choose a random category. So that it can populate down here. So fill everything that you need to fill. Then on the variant section, we have the barcode section. So use this number. It's usually, let me think we have better, yeah, the numbers here. These are the GTN barcodes. Use all this number here. You enter it on this section. Then once you're done, you submit. That's how you add the GTN barcode. Then how to update. Again, updating is the same thing. You'll come to edit product. Then just go straight down onto the GTN barcode field. Then enter the number, then submit. Then we have the benefits of GTIN. Better sales with product grouping, which will ensure fair competition between all vendors and better visibility for best offers. We have simpler operations and finance reconciliation thanks to this unique product ID. We have more visibility online with the better search engine optimization ranking. So if your products doesn't have the GTN barcode, an exemption may only be granted if you are listing products from a brand for which we require barcodes, but your items do not have manufacturer barcodes on their packaging. Before submitting an exemption request, make sure you have gathered photos that clearly show all the size of the product, as it will be required to process your request. So you'll use a claim form. Here is how the form will look like. So you select your language, then you come here, type in your shop name, your email address. Are you a local seller? Yes. The country, choose. Then now on this section, main contact reason, you come to my products, choose my products, then come to issue with product creation. Then now the last statement, apply for a product ID or GTN barcode exemption. Click on that. Then it falls under which category? Maybe sporting, choose accordingly. It's fashion, enter the brand name. Then on this section, attach a file. These are the photos showing that you can have maybe 2 or 3 photos showing your product that clearly doesn't have the barcode. So you'll click here and upload your photo, something like that. Then once you're done filling all these other sections, you'll submit and we'll get the request and approve the exemption. Then you can proceed and create your product. Yeah, so that's pretty much of it. So we can go to the questions. I can open the floor for the questions and also for the ones that that have been written on the chat. We'll also go through it. Yes, motions, industrials. Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Kindly go back on the SKU.
On the VC or the presentation.
Yes, the SKU. Can you explain? Can you like go through that again, just briefly?
The GTN barcodes.
Yes.
Okay, no worries.
Thank you.
Okay. So a GTIN barcode is a unique identifier for a product recognized internationally. So how to add a product? You just go through VC. So let's say maybe you're creating the product for the first time, you come to add product, scroll down, add a product, then fill in all the necessary information up here, put your image, the name of the product, choose a category. So just choose a random category. So that it can populate the other fields. So fill in everything you need to fill, description, highlights. So on this section, variants section, sorry, we have the GTN barcode. So it looks something like this. I've seen, I know you have seen something like this, mostly on supermarket products and any other
Yeah.
product that has these. So use the numbers here, these numbers, type them here on this part. And
And
to, yes,
a question,
then mm,
how do you know your number?
or
Do I
they're
check?
on your product, on the
Yes.
product.
Okay, okay, thank you.
You have this barcode. So
Okay,
you
this barcodes
type
on our,
in
okay.
on, yeah, but not all products have this barcode. So if yours doesn't have, you just leave it blank
Okay,
and raise a claim for exemption for that if it's a category that requires that this barcode.
okay,
But if your
thank
products have it, just type in these numbers down here.
you. Okay.
Okay. Any other person on on the ground with the questions before we go to the charts, the ones that have been put on the charts? Okay, I can continue with the ones in the chat, but anyone else, if you have a question, you can just raise your hand. So Sheila Wakobi asked, can fashion variants be for color other than sizes? Can fashion variants be for color other than sizes? In case the product is same but comes in various colors? Okay, the variant is only for sizes, not colors. If you see, for the example that we had created earlier, let me just go back. Let's say we have like the short, something like this. We have this short in color gray and we have it in black. So the colors here is what matters. You can't add variations. You can't use color as the variations. It's only the size. The color you create as a separate SKU. These are different SKU. These are different SKU. But the sizes will remain the same. So you'll just come to add. Just use these again. Come to fashion. Fashion. This is men's clothing. Come to clothing. So for colors, create them separately. Then they will be grouped. Let's say it's denim. So fill all the fields here. This is gray. Then we come down here to the variant. You see, it's only for sizes, no color, not colors. So you choose all the sizes that you have. For the color gray, then you submit. Then that particular product, you'll find it here on the manage. It will be listed down here. So you come to the last tab, more actions. For that, the gray that you have created, copy it, click on copy product, then now come and change to, let's say, navy. Change it to navy, that other color. Navy, then down here, add the sizes for that particular navy short. I hope that answers your question, Sheila. So we deal with sizes. The colors, create them as separate SKUs. Oh, it was already answered. We have Penina. Will this affect the already created product, especially where you are supposed to indicate color? Will these affect the already created products, especially where you are supposed to indicate color? Okay. Will these affect the already created products, especially where you are supposed to indicate color? Yeah, color. You must always indicate the color during the start of the creation, because maybe when you have already created the product, then you come back and you want to make changes to the colors. That is not allowed. So always from the start, when you create a product, always indicate the color on it to avoid maybe rejection, the product to be rejected and all that. Then when uploading, John Ditch, when uploading a product and it's rejected because of category, maybe category is not existent. Is it possible to change the category, or I will be required to recreate the product with the right category? Okay, for some cases, if the category is non-existent, you can put it on the nearest, the closest category. That is maybe the closest category, since, okay, category creation is central, and it's a process when requesting for the category, the addition of more categories. So you just put it to the closest category there, then it will not be rejected. Then is it possible to change the category, or will I be required to create the product? It's possible to change the category if it falls under the same, let's say under home and office, you can change it. But when the product was under, let's say, gardening, or it's a fashion product, and you want to move it totally to a different category, let's say from home and office to industrial category, that won't be possible. At times it refuses, and you'll have to create that product afresh. Then Betsy is asking, I've been experiencing a problem with writing the product title. Should one write the brand name on the product title? No. Okay, the brand name has its own section on VC. So just write the product name. I don't know what, maybe you can share with us more details, what kind of error it was giving you, so that you can understand the issue with the product naming. But always never indicate a brand name on the product name, because it has its own section. That one may also lead to the product being rejected, because it will be duplicated here. So don't indicate the brand name on the title. Then we have, I guess that's it. Any other questions on the floor? Any other thing that is not clear? I guess we are all good.